Warning, the following show is controversial and comedic. Although serious topics are covered, we have found ways to make light of every situation. Please understand that we mean no disrespect behind the things we say. But if you can't sit through the show, we understand that this isn't the podcast for you. Plus, we don't want to get demonetized because you don't like what we say. Share with your friends, though, because they might.
So if they're positive, then the real estate that they occupy in your brain is called, they're called dendrites. So they're like long tree branches, like picture broccoli all over inside your brain. And the end of those, like the broccoli bush, those are positive thoughts that stay there. They're stored. If they're negative, they start to eat away those positive thoughts.
Wow.
And that's how it becomes, like holes, and it digs deeper. So, yeah, that's scientifically proven.
Are we doing the intro theme song?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tough Talks.
Yes,
Here's your host, Jordan Garcia. He said.
How y'all doing on this Tuesday night? Welcome to another episode of Tough Talks.
Word.
How y'all doing?
I'm doing good. We have a new face.
Yeah.
Fantabulous.
He said
Yeah.
fantabulous.
We're missing two people if y'all didn't already recognize. We
Yeah.
kicked them out,
Fact, it's just Tough
Yes.
Talks now.
you know.
We dropped the 2 F's.
It is what, yeah, F's for failures. A couple of
Exactly.
failures.
Failures.
No,
No, not really.
nah, we kind of need them. Really not, but kind of. No, we're missing two, as you can see, but for good reason. We won't get into detail. I don't really care, but
They're not in trouble, so it's all good.
That we know of.
yeah, that we know.
yeah,
That's to the
true.
public, but
Yeah.
we'll start a GoFundMe to get them out, but
Word.
Legit. Yeah.
no, but today we have here a very special man. He calls himself my father. I don't know how true that is, but
99.9%.
There's that.
that 0.1%.
There's
There's
a
that
0.1 chance.
But we're here with my father, Juan Garcia, the man, the myth, the legend, doctor, counselor, theologist,
Oh my
ideologist,
Goodness gracious.
certified in
The lies.
certified in 12 different things. He has books galore out.
Goddamn
He has his
justice.
own podcast and his own YouTube. Go subscribe to that. Juan Garcia Enterprises. That'll be right here,
Or here,
or there,
or there,
or here.
or over here.
Okay, now stop there because that's a lot
No,
of work.
because right here,
That's
too.
a lot of work.
Okay, over
But,
here as well.
Yes, please welcome my father, Juan Garcia.
Oh. I feel the love.
Okay.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be with you guys and to have some tough talks.
Yeah,
Tough talk.
it's
Yes,
long
sir.
overdue, obviously.
Yes, sir.
Since we kind of started the podcast journey at the same time. You with Mindfulness Mondays and the whole Mind Yours podcast, and us with Tough Talks. July or June you started? June. And how has that been going for you?
Man, it's been going really good, actually. Mental health is a big topic, so there's a lot to dig into.
Mhm.
And just trying to keep it fresh, trying to keep it, fun, like the Mindfulness Mondays you mentioned. I did Temperament Thursdays for a while, and now we're doing Emotional Intelligence, EQ. So just trying to be relevant and trying to give the people the information that is going to help them every day. So
Right. And it has
It's
been working because
it's been working, apparently.
This guy is kind of famous already.
No
And
word.
he's got like 1,000+ subscribers already.
Hey,
Yeah, so
Dang.
we coming for you.
yeah,
Let's go.
Yeah, we just 940 something away.
you know,
That's
we
good
got
competition.
we got to
Love it.
attack people. We got to attack your audience because apparently people our age are a little stingy, just a
Right.
little bit. Just a
They
little
be
bit.
like, yeah, that's cool. All right.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway.
Sub for sub.
Anyway.
Sub for sub.
but yeah. So I'm gonna act like I don't know, but real quick, let's get into
What do you know?
Yeah, what do I know?
Word.
Let's get into where you came from.
Oh, wait.
Where you
Imagine
came
you
from.
break down some whole new
Oh,
story that you
Like,
never
wait, hold
heard.
on.
I don't like my father like that.
I don't remember this. I don't remember this. No, but yeah, where did you come from? You know, how did you grow up? What was life like back in the day and all of that?
Back in the froze, the days with the platform shoes and the bell bottoms.
And no shape up.
Oh, goodness gracious.
This is- oh,
And there will
goodness
not be a
gracious.
picture here or somewhere over there.
I'll find one.
Or there.
Uh,
or right there.
man, so born and raised in Passaic, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Passaic Indian.
Hey, we need to
And,
stay away from that.
Well,
So what happened to the
the-
Washington?
well, I mean, it's
Now it's the
it's a
Washington
thing.
football team.
The
it's
Washington.
and yeah, apparently they
It didn't make him any better.
did not make him a better football team.
No, at
so
all.
it don't matter what you call them.
Apparently,
they're better morally.
They're
but
still
not.
whack.
They're terrible as a team.
apparently a bunch of white people got upset.
They're
And-
politically correct, but their team stinks.
Yeah, their team's terrible.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah, well, we grew up in a small town, Passaic, diverse, a lot like Patterson, just a little smaller, and I was, raised with my two parents, and I have an older brother and a younger sister, so I'm the middle child. So, obviously, those of you that are already kind of analyzing me, it's all true. Middle child syndrome. Grew up trying to get attention from people, so I always aspired to try to be somebody. My dad was an alcoholic all my life, still is. So that was tough, growing up without his like affirmation, like, that's my boy, like, yeah, you're going to do great. Never heard any of that. I played high school football and was being scouted by a bunch of D1 teams, and my father didn't even know I played football, and he was home. So he was an absentee father. So that kind of affected me growing up in terms of my identity. My identity was football and performance. So as long as I did good and I got kind of like the pat in the back, I was good. But when I didn't get that, I kind of like derailed because my identity was connected to playing sports, playing an instrument, getting applauses, growing up in the church, and people were like, "Oh man, you're so good, you're so good." And then once that fizzles away, it's like you don't even know who you are. So that was me growing up pretty much in a Puerto Rican home, eating pasteles and all that good stuff.
I don't even like those. They don't taste like nothing for me.
Yeah, word, Sam.
Yeah,
You've had it before?
No.
Yeah. I know.
Not at all.
but I'm down with collard greens. I'm down with
Yeah.
neck bone. I'm down with all
Yeah.
that stuff. Well, when I used to eat meat, but
Real quick, that's another thing. I keep mixing up vegan or vegetarian.
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 Yes, sir.
There is a difference
No, what's
Oh.
the difference?
for the people that don't. You obviously know, but for the people that don't
Yeah.
know.
For the people that don't know, so a vegetarian can still eat certain dairy products, such as milk, cheese.
Oh,
Yogurt.
I might be able to do that.
Yeah, I think you can, man.
Because I was thinking about like doing it, but I was like, I like cheese. Like I really
Yeah,
like cheese.
I
like cheese. Yeah.
You could totally do it, and obviously vegans are plant based,
Right.
So
Yeah.
everything plant based, no animal products.
Mm.
So I tried it. It was tough, not tough talks. It was tough.
for
So
real.
I had to go back and get some yogurt.
It's like,
Mhm.
yeah, let's switch this up. a bit.
Yeah, So yeah, vegetarian all the way 2 years now.
That's crazy. I couldn't. I don't have the discipline to do that. I like
Everything.
meat too much.
I would
Pause.
subconsciously like, yeah, let me get a hamburger. And,
Yeah. Oh wait, no ham or
Yeah, no,
burger. My
just-
fault. I guess the buns.
I think my hardest challenge with that was going to California. I travel a lot, so I go to the West Coast, and you can't go to California and not have In-N-Out burger. Just the smell alone is like hypnotizing, and it was challenging. But they told me if you're a vegetarian, you can still have the sauce that they put in, like they make it a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
and not have the burger. And I'm like, all right, I'll try it. It was actually really good because you still get the taste, the unique taste that In-N-Out has. And we're not getting paid for promoting In-N-Out.
But we can
could.
be. But we can In and Out. Are you hungry?
But we
Are you
could.
tired of McDonald's and Burger King?
In-N-Out is where it's at, for sure.
Are
Yeah,
there
I got
any over here?
No, it's a West
Not at
Coast
all.
West
thing.
Coast thing, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. California and I think a couple in Texas. That's as far as they go.
So we got to take a trip over there
Word.
just 'cause.
I was close. I was in Nevada.
Facts.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
yeah.
I went on my 18th birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's really close.
Mm-hmm. You did Vegas, right?
Yeah.
That's
went to visit my
right.
family.
Was it like the week before or the week after when that accident happened on the strip? Remember that car?
I was there that weekend.
Oh, you were?
Like we were on the strip that night, like earlier that night.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So it was I don't know if you remember. It was like a car. Like,
She hit like 4 or 5 people. She was drunk. Like
Just
drunk out of her mind.
No, I don't remember that.
Just took him out. And we are like, yo, like Arnell's out there. Like, yo, you good? He was like,
wow.
yeah, I'm home.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like, we just left the strip.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, they're
Oh,
killing
wow.
people now?
That's
Oh,
crazy.
okay. Glad we got home.
That's crazy. There's something always happening there. The week we
Always.
went was the week before they filmed the Jason Bourne movie, the third one. And we missed it. We could have been extras.
Damn.
And I had a friend who's a nurse who was there, and she got $500 and a whole wardrobe just to be an extra on the strip.
So, like, do they just walk up to random people like, hey, you busy?
Yep.
You doing anything?
Those
No?
are the people
Okay.
with the clipboards in the malls and stuff. They be, hey, can I? And sometimes, we were like,
I don't
nah,
trust them.
nah.
Yeah, I don't trust them.
And sometimes it actually is legit. Like,
But how
yo,
do you tell? Like, how do you tell this?
they have to
Oh,
have the creds. They have to have the credentials somehow.
Facts.
connected.
Show me something.
It's a 50-50 thing.
Like,
It's either
Because I don't want to say yes and you leave
Nah,
me to, like, a
and then-
band in the
Yo,
back.
show me Matt Damon. I want to see Matt Damon. Then I'll be good.
Yeah. Some type of show me something. Some type of proof. A picture? No.
Yeah,
Okay.
just back here. Like, back here?
Where? Whoa.
You sure? I don't see no cameras.
Where'd everybody go? I
Taken.
don't. It's kind of dark. I don't. Well, yeah, that's great. So you mentioned sports,
Sports.
and
Huge.
you were getting recruited by top schools for football.
Yes.
What position did you play? How good were you? Obviously, to be recruited and scouted for that, and what happened? Because we are not in the NFL lifestyle right
He
now.
said what happened.
No,
Because-
we are not. And by the way, NFL actually stands for not for long, so it wouldn't be a long career anyway. But yeah. So I was pretty fast and good with my hands. I played defensive back. High school back then, you played both the offense and defense, no
Mhm.
matter what, especially if you were pretty good. So on the offensive side, I was a wide receiver. Back then, they called it a split end. And on defense, I was a safety. I had an eye for, like, kind of anticipating the moves. And I was pretty fast. I ran a 4.6 on a 40, which is pretty fast.
That's fast.
And I was small, so I was, I could manage myself pretty well. And I wasn't scared, so I hit anything and everybody that was close to the ball.
So
'Cause I had-
you come my way.
That's right. I had anger
You
issues.
will get clapped.
And I had anger issues, and that was the safe place to do it. And so my helmet was colorful, man. I had everybody's helmet
Hit
color on
people,
my
yeah.
like, come my way. So what happened was training camp. The last year that I played in high school, I was having a weird feeling in my left leg and my bone. Like, you could tell when it's deep. It's not like something like a bruise.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell it's deeper inside, and I'm like, man, something's wrong. I was telling my mom it was bothering me. I was limping a little bit, but I could still, run. And in training camp, our own, team, practicing, our inside linebacker, who was actually, he played for Virginia. He was really good, big guy. He missed the tackle, and I was coming. So he was coming behind because, the middle linebacker's in front of the defensive back. He's coming behind to go tackle. He dives, he misses, and he hits me right on my thigh. And I was done. Like, I saw Moses and Elijah. Like, I had a revelation. I don't know where I was.
Like, oh wow, Moses, hey.
Yeah, I was like, what you doing here?
Like,
I didn't know you like football. I was so, like, out of it. It rung my bell. Like, when you hear that ring your bell, that is like a true, because you hear this. Because the way I fell, everything was just like, I was all
That's
messed
like
up.
when I sprained my knee.
Facts.
Yeah, you're like, what in the world? So that was the end of my NFL career. I was done for it. And when they did x-rays, my femur actually had grown abnormally. So when they showed me the bone, it was like, I was like, whoa. So that bone that was abnormal in width, that's exactly where I got hit. And so I was done. And, I was a teenager, so my mom had to make decisions for me. I couldn't just say, well, no, I'll get surgery, whatever. My mom was like, "No, mijo, you finish.
That's no football. No, it's for you.
No
That's
option."
me.
No option.
That's no you.
That's no you.
Done.
No football.
That's it.
So that was it. That was it. I had to kind of swallow that pill, and no NFL for me.
Hmm. So then after you went through that, right? What was the next steps for you?
So the next steps for me was like, okay, so then what if football is not going to be my way out? Because that's what I felt. I felt football was going to be a career for me. I was going to be able to excel. I was always good in academics, so I figured, with the combination of my love for school and sport, I was going to be good. But with that taken away, I felt like, and I wrote about this in my first book.
Hey, promotion.
I felt like I had no identity outside of sports.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't want to get so deep, but legit, that's what happened. I kind of had an identity crisis. I was like, so what's my value? Like, what's my worth without sport? Which is what I felt was everything that I was good at. And it was this whole discovery, like spiritually, faith played a big role with the people that I started, hanging out with, so that influence was a positive influence for me. Looking back now, I mean, I'm a therapist, so now I can look back and say I was clinically depressed. I didn't know it back then, but all of the symptoms, the lack of appetite, I couldn't sleep. I just had no desire to do anything, which is weird because I'm very outgoing, very extroverted.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that to say that I had to redefine myself and actually figure out what I was good at and pursue a career, in that route. And then a year later, I went to a missions trip. I went to Venezuela, and serving people, that's kind of like where my niche was. I was like, man, I love this. Like, I love seeing the faces of the smiling faces of people kind of connecting purpose, and you giving them like an encouraging word and saying something positive, and they're like, man, they believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was the beginning of my road to, like social work and things of that nature. And then I met your mother. And then
snap.
we, and then it was like, so that was the beginning of not only kind of seeing what path I wanted to go, but also knowing that I had someone that I could, depend on, a friend, because we were really good friends, had a lot of conversations, and that built my self-esteem up. And, we decided that we were going to get married, and so all of that played a role into kind of like my path. Yeah. And then you were created.
Greatness.
I
Yes.
said greatness.
It takes greatness to make greatness.
You were so great they decided to try again.
It's like, damn. No.
Let's give it another go. One more try.
Oh, man. So
How does it feel interviewing your father?
it's kind of weird because I know everything, but I have to like unteach myself so I can get the right information out of you.
It's like, so you say you were married?
So how long did that go about? No, yeah, like I have to like decompress everything so I'm able to like pull out the good stuff.
So the questions sound genuine.
Right. We're gonna cut all this out so people don't know.
Mhm.
But okay, so I want to get into this because obviously, right?
Let's get into this.
You're a big sports guy, and that wasn't how you wanted to be in sports. Wasn't what happened for you, but you're still in sports.
Yes.
So let's get into how that has been for you, how it's affected you, and I guess like takeaways. Wait, first, the Lakers won the finals.
Word.
Oh, whatever.
LeBron got his 4th ring. We have a hater to my right.
4 for 6.
We have a hater. That's okay. It's all right.
No,
you
4
can't,
for 10.
Four for
you
10.
can't win
4 for
them
10.
all. You can't win them all.
No, you can't.
That is definitely
Michael Jordan
true.
could, but
Yeah,
LeBron can't.
Yeah, you can't win them all. And now,
No.
you know.
If your name is LeBron, you can't.
You said if your name is LeBron, you can't. Or
So LeBron Jr. Just
most
know.
other-
Just know.
Bronny, I need you to understand. You're gonna lose a couple. That's
Oh
funny.
my goodness.
No, but congrats. For real, congrats to LeBron. He's a beast.
He's
I
a
mean,
phenomenal player.
no, he's a beast. He's a phenomenal player, great work ethic. He's a great example to people that are striving for greatness, which is his thing, right? So yeah, congrats to LeBron. But that GOAT topic is still.
I think we got 5 minutes to get into it.
Listen, I already know what's gonna happen
Let's go.
here.
Bing.
I'm not trying to get double teamed. Okay, I understand. You guys have Michael Jordan. That's cool.
No, we don't even have to get into it, right? We don't. But I am gonna say the Lakers should have won in 5.
No, it's not fact.
They should have won in 5.
100%.
Like, and people are gonna say he made the right play. Yes, I don't think that was the right play to make for the last possession, though.
I'll agree with that 100%.
I think
they could have came up with I feel like they could have made a way better play.
Way better situation.
I feel like he made the right decision within the play that they came up with.
Yeah.
But I feel like they could have did a better play in general.
Yeah.
That's game 4?
That was game 5.
Game 5.
Game 5.
Game
They
5.
should have won that game.
Lakers down by 1 with
Down
16
1,
seconds.
16 seconds left.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the world should have known the ball was going to go in LeBron's hands.
Yeah, well, of course.
And when you're 270, roughly 270, 6'8", you take that to the
dunk
rack.
on the whole team.
You take that to the rack, and you let people hit you and foul you, and you win the game from the line. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
it.
yeah, with LeBron.
There
At
is,
least tie it.
Yeah,
there is no
tie
other
the game
plan.
from the line.
I mean, there's no other strategy. You're a beast.
Yeah.
So you take it to the rack, and you deal
I
with
felt
whatever.
like because I think it was Danny Green that did this.
Danny Green came to the top
Yeah.
instead of fake screen.
Yeah.
And then that led into the double team for LeBron, and then he ran into like a
I think
third.
he expected Jimmy to switch onto Danny Green because they left Danny Green completely open.
Because no one in the world had faith in Danny.
Yeah, so like they left him completely open. So it was like Jimmy Butler,
Duncan Robinson, and I think Bam
somebody
or
in
Jay
Bam,
Crowder.
yeah, somebody else. They were just like surrounding LeBron, so it was like he threw it out. I felt like Danny Green should have kicked it one more to KCP in the corner.
KCP would have better
I
option.
feel like it would have been a better option. My biggest anguish is with Markieff Morris.
Oh yeah, bro.
It's like, all right, Danny Green missed. Cool. We got lucky and got the rebound. Who are you throwing the ball to?
No, the thing is,
KCP was open. Danny Green was open
The thing
again,
is-
and LeBron was open.
the thing is, Anthony Davis had the seal, but he just like got nervous and just like.
But that's
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's another thing.
It's
How is Anthony Davis not an option there
Yeah,
with
that's true.
16 seconds left?
Like there's in my head right now I can think of like 2 different plays you can write up for that. That involves Danny Green and Anthony Davis. Right, the first I would think you give it to LeBron and you set a double screen. Danny Green comes up, he screens off Jimmy, and then you have Anthony Davis set a down screen like back to the basket, so LeBron can choose either way to go. You don't see it there, you just run into him. He goes to the line or just straight up and dunks on somebody, wins the game. That's it. It's over. Or you get Anthony Davis to do a pick and roll with somebody in the corner ready to shoot the ball.
I feel like what happened wasn't what they designed.
You think so?
That's possible.
I don't think so. I mean, I do think so. I don't think they.
Which one is it?
I mean, so then that puts a lot into question then, right? I mean, luckily they won. So,
Yeah, you know.
but like, man, that's a bad coaching move then.
Yeah.
And I lean towards what you're saying, because how do you not draw either a play for LeBron or play for AD
Right.
when those are your 2 stars?
Like, do we really think they drew the plan up for Danny Green?
I mean, credit to
Listen.
Danny Green. He's a champion.
Yeah,
so-
he is a champion,
Yeah.
but
But
like,
but still, you got LeBron and AD
that's
on
what I'm
your
saying.
team.
Like,
Listen,
like-
I can 100% say and honestly say that yes, I think the play was drawn up for Danny Green
I don't think it
because
was
they
drawn up.
took out Caruso to put Danny Green in.
yeah, they did. They 100%.
I was
did.
listening. I was
Yeah.
like, it looks like Caruso's coming out, and
Offense-
Danny Green is
offense for
going. It's
defense.
like, listen,
Yeah.
but Caruso can hit that shot, and Caruso's a bigger body too.
But I feel like
he's not
I feel like
scared.
they put Danny Green in because he has more experience hitting
Yeah.
that shot.
That's true.
In the finals.
That's
yeah,
true.
literally.
That's true.
So I don't know.
Yeah, it's tricky.
They're
My-
just,
I
they should
think-
be thankful they won.
Yeah,
Word.
I think
If
we
they
can
would have lost the series,
fire
Well,
Vogel.
fire Vogel, get Danny Green out of there, get Markieff Morris out of there.
all your 1-year deals out of here.
Nah,
Garbage.
I want to keep Dwight.
No, yeah, Dwight.
wanna
he
keep
played.
Rondo.
He played tough. Rondo played tough
Retire
too.
LeBron.
He said retire LeBron. What?
You think he got 2 more in him?
Like championships?
Just think, right? Think of everybody that's coming back. Think of the trades that can be made.
I feel like if they keep LeBron and AD and build like good around that, I feel like they could make 2 more runs.
Mm.
Now I feel like they do. I feel like they might try to go for another star, and I don't want them to do that
Why not?
because I feel like them going for another star, they're gonna have less good pieces around them,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like with the Warriors coming back healthy, with Kevin Durant and Kyrie coming back healthy, you got more teams that are like really
Threats.
gonna,
Yeah.
like real threats.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like you might want to have a deeper team than just
Yeah, because I just
3
hate what,
top heavy.
I hate what the NBA has done with basketball. Is a simple game. I tell Jordan this all the time. Basketball is a simple game. You don't need superstars to win championships. You just need players. All NBA players have an ability to play the game.
Well, to add to that point, the Warriors' first chip, they weren't superstars. So
No.
after that,
Right.
Yeah.
They
if you
built
wanna,
that.
If you want to be for real,
They built that. They
They
were
were-
well
Yeah,
coached.
they were just
weren't,
really good players.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like 2015 was their come up year.
Yeah, and then they
Yeah.
just took off.
Yeah,
They
took
worked
off from
hard.
there.
They
Got
worked hard.
lucky, but
They
you
were
know,
well coached, and then you know
and they got lucky.
they needed to get respected.
Hey,
like,
listen, we want to have that. We can have that conversation for this finals.
I'm just saying. Oh no, we can.
Okay.
100% we can. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna disagree with
They
you.
got
if
a
that's the
big
case,
assist, coronavirus.
Yo, the
God
virus,
said,
yo,
LeBron.
Here you go. Don't mess this
yo,
one up.
the virus
Yeah,
changed
God
the
said,
game
LeBron,
for
you lose
every-
this chip. I'm not giving you no more chances.
Bro, the virus changed the game for mad people.
Where?
Jamal Murray, he's like now a top 5 point
Yeah,
guard
facts.
in the league.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I got of nowhere.
Damian Lillard, Devin Booker, killed it.
Devin Booker. I mean, was killing in the bubble.
Killed it. I mean, I'm still very upset that they didn't make it to the playoffs.
You're upset?
Yes.
Why didn't they make it again?
Because they had the thing where it was set up to that the Suns, the Trailblazers, and the Grizzlies were tied. Or no, they were fighting for that 8th seed.
Yeah.
But because of how it went, I think Denver needed both teams to lose, and they ended up both winning. Not Denver, the Suns. They needed both teams to lose, and they ended up winning. But the Suns were 8-0.
Yeah.
At that point, who cares who wins? Like, they took the whole bubble.
It just messed up the whole
But I mean,
streak too.
number wise,
I get number-wise, but, like, bro, they took the whole bubble.
that's kind of unfair though.
I don't care.
Cause like that, you're just ignoring what the rest of the season. It's like they were trash the rest of the season. though.
care.
Like we were better than them in the regular NBA.
It all restarted. Besides the seedings, it all restarted.
I get that, but like
I
No,
didn't.
no.
I didn't like the whole.
I feel
season
bad for my
you didn't
boy
like the
Devin
bubble
Book.
setup
No, I mean they did what they had to do, so they got that off.
successfully. Too.
But yeah,
Yeah.
zero positive testing. So
I wouldn't be surprised if the next season they had every team in the bubble. I wouldn't be surprised.
Nah.
that would be terrible for NBA, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
'cause their
for
numbers-
safety, yeah, but
Their numbers this time around was bad.
yeah, for
but I mean,
ratings and
the way they have the schedule coming up, it's where like the season's gonna start in January type of thing.
I
And
thought they was started back up in like December.
I don't know.
they have to
what
have basketball on for Christmas.
What I do know is that it's starting like soon again. Like the draft is coming up, and then they're getting right back into it. But the only way they'll be able to, unless they do
Are they
arenas,
still ending it in like April, May?
probably
they could play in arenas, just no fan base. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unless
No
it's like
fans.
every like 5 seats you
'Cause
have fans.
Everything they did in the bubble, they could do anywhere they go.
Yeah, that's true.
They just gotta keep testing people. That's
Yeah.
it.
Right.
You know,
But see,
point that gun at the. I mean,
look,
the third.
Yo.
Yeah. Okay, you're good.
what have you done this last
Okay,
week?
you're good.
I'm just gonna go home. Okay, I'm just gonna go.
And
No,
now,
but
and now they got the app, that contact tracing.
yeah,
app.
with the watch and everything.
They be like, you lying. You got.
oh
you
yeah,
got
yeah.
it.
Did you get that?
What?
Your phone
It
sends
keeps popping up.
you a message or something like, oh, download the software to let you know if you've been in contact with COVID in the area.
Like somebody,
Like how the hell do you know?
somebody sitting next to you has COVID.
that? Yeah, how do you know that?
And you're gonna be like, what?
Yeah, what is the phone detecting?
Contact tracing.
You're telling me now the phone can detect corona?
Apparently,
They have some technology that they just did.
apparently.
So what's all this about no test? If you was able to make the phone be able to test it, everybody got a phone.
I don't know.
I think it's people that have been tested that then they trace with their phone. They know that this person has it.
That's smart. That's actually very smart.
That's
Yeah,
scary
because,
too.
like you said, everybody has a phone.
That's scary too.
That is
Mhm.
scary. Now with the iPhones, like, you ever notice at the top right corner, you see like that, it's a little dot that changes color? Like
Yeah,
green,
yeah,
orange.
yeah. That lets you
That's
know
like
when like you're.
somebody's watching or you
Well,
might
no,
record
that
it.
so it's green and orange.
Yeah.
So green lets you know that your camera's live. That you know it's showing you. When it's orange, it's not showing you.
It's just your voice.
Yeah.
When it's green, it's your voice and your face.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm about to get a flip phone.
Fact, about to go off the grid. Get no keys.
Nokia's, that's what's up. Yeah.
Oh man.
Remember the walkie-talkies?
Yo,
They were annoying though.
what's up?
Fact, you gotta buy like really strong walkie talkies
Word.
just because.
Just for the hell of it. Just for the hell of it. Nah, but the NBA, I don't think they'll do arenas because of what's going on with the NFL.
Yeah, there's too many positive results. Yeah.
It's like every other
people,
day.
people are getting.
Bro, every other
corona.
day there's a new
Yeah.
like 5 people in the NFL.
Cam Newton, he tested positive.
Yeah, so
Oh, like the players.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's no
So
bueno.
so the fact that they can't control where they go, right? And who they interact with. I mean, that's all on the players too though. Like, come on, do better.
But where is
It
that gonna
is.
end though? I mean, it's like the flu. It's like anything that is viral. You're gonna get it
Mhm.
if you don't take care of yourself.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of time.
But
But-
yeah, I
I
don't know.
don't think I don't think the players would want to do a bubble setup for the whole season.
Nah.
No,
They
they
couldn't
wouldn't.
see
that's
their
going
families.
the whole
That's-
season without seeing their
Yeah,
family,
that's crazy.
being in the same room.
Unless they somehow are able to bring their family, just like that
But
home
then their
family.
family can't leave.
Well, I mean, you're on a damn resort.
I mean, their families have other things.
They
though.
they live in resorts. So you talking about?
Yeah, where?
You see
Um,
LeBron's
Like,
house?
Like you think his kids gonna want to come from their house to like, this is
Yeah.
a smaller resort compared to their house.
Yeah,
It's like,
they got their own
it's
room.
like, oh, you're in a resort like this crap. It's like, but
Oh,
you're in
we-
a presidential suite.
We have a basketball court. I have one in my room. What are you talking
Where?
about?
Like
Nah.
we each have basketball courts. What do you-
In every room in the house.
like, come on.
No, but I would like to see what they do. It's gonna be tricky, but I like to see what they do.
I'm sure they got some ideas already.
Yeah, Adam
Right.
Silver's been doing great, so he probably has something set up.
Yeah, he gave all his employees a bonus.
Speaking of which, you have sat down with Adam Silver.
I have, yes.
How was
I-
that?
He's a little bit taller than me, so I was a
Yeah.
little surprised about that. But no, it was cool. Adam Silver, that was at a Knicks G League game.
I was there. Yeah,
Oh yeah, you were
I was
there.
in the stands.
That's right.
Not
Um,
meeting Adam Silver.
No, I was just watching. I was watching Jimmy Fredette get buckets
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, why didn't you come sit with us? Why?
because Hannah was with me.
That's right. So
It's always Hannah, bro.
yeah, Adam Silver, he's actually a pretty cool dude. I was talking about my men's struggle book with
Mhm.
him because I talk a lot about the relationship with my dad, and he said that he connected with the idea because he's very close to his dad, who was actually with him at the game.
Mm.
So yeah, it was nice. It was nice, chop it up a little bit. Allen Houston, he made it happen. We sat, we had dinner. Because in the G League games, dinner, you could have it actually right there at courtside.
Yeah, they
'cause
got a table set up and
the
everything.
seating is different. So it was cool. It was really cool.
If Allen Houston is watching this,
Which he might be.
listen, dude. I mean,
Well, he's
sir.
watching me because I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm a product of
and I got
him,
The colors kind of.
and
I'm not a product of him, but like I'm close to him.
he's a part of he's a
Yeah.
part of my team.
Yeah, yeah.
And the other two, they'll be here next week.
yeah.
Yeah, point guard, 6 foot, 175 right now. I'm nice, humbly.
Point guard, 5'6", 275.
No, but seriously,
not
like
that good. But yeah.
seriously, like
I'm a football player on the basketball court.
if I can get a tryout, I'm in there like swimwear. This is the most unprofessional promotion or
Pitch.
yeah, but I don't know how to put it in better words. This is my safe place. So yeah, hopefully we can talk.
Where?
Hopefully.
H2O. That's
Have
my
your
boy.
people hit up his people, which is me. I'll get back to you. We'll work something out, make a deal.
We'll figure something out.
Talk contracts, all that.
Yeah, so let's get into your whole like involvement in the basketball world because it doesn't just. I mean, Adam Silver is like the top.
Yeah,
That I mean,
Other than LeBron.
yeah. What? You caught me.
It's like Adam Silver and LeBron, everybody else.
But yeah. I mean, let's go through it real quick. You've met Jeremy Lin,
Jeremy Lin,
Landry Fields.
Landry Fields.
Tyson Chandler almost ran you over
He almost, yep.
in the locker
Clothesline.
room.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
huge.
He is
He is
huge,
very
bro.
big, yes.
Wait, where was this?
We were walking to the locker room.
Yeah,
Oh,
in the hallway.
he is like
He
Bro.
barely fit in the
he's
hallway.
like 7 foot.
Yes,
yeah,
like
but he has a
7'1".
wingspan like
Dude, like
crazy.
you think Eric tall? No.
No,
Right? I
this
would feel
guy's.
uncomfortable.
I mean, I'm
gonna need you to
6'1".
Back up.
I'm 6'1", and
Yo,
I was like,
Tyson
whoa.
Chandler is huge, bro.
Like
He'll
Tyson.
make Eric look small.
We would never be able to interview Tyson Chandler.
Not in here. He don't fit in here. He don't fit in here, bro. I mean, well, yeah. The list goes on.
Well, you met Blake Griffin, Chris Paul. Well, you got to see them.
yeah.
Met
shoot
Blake
around.
Griffin and Chris Paul.
I've met Vince Carter,
Vince Carter.
I
Jason
met Vince
Kidd.
Carter and Jason Kidd.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Who
Congrats, J Kidd. By the way,
else? Yeah.
happy for you. man.
Word.
Shout out.
I used to be a Nets fan. Then you guys left.
Yeah. The whole like
Yeah.
that era just went.
Such a good
And
team.
then the Nets
man.
left New Jersey. So
At that point, it's free.
at
It's
that
free
point,
game.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
free game.
like
Then I met LeBron. So.
yeah. So shout out to J Kidd, who's a hard worker. I've known Jason for a while. His wife, his
Ah.
kids, TJ,
TJ,
the
my boy.
twins. I mean, beautiful family. So
You're cool with Jason's kid?
Well, I was. We didn't stay in contact,
Oh, I was about
but
to say,
yeah,
like,
like we was cool at one point. Yeah, we was. I'm
Team
not gonna
Brandon
go.
really likes Jason.
things happen. Things happen.
I'm not gonna go around saying like, yeah, like that's my homie. Like, nah. But we was cool at one point, definitely.
Okay, I feel you. You don't want
Carmelo,
Mello
Carmelo
got
in
his
there.
number. Yeah.
So you got his number?
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
FaceTime right now.
hey, we got it set up.
FaceTime
We got
Mello
it
right
set
now.
up. But yeah, I mean, so how are you able to like get your foot into that door and be able to get the opportunity to meet all these people and actually have an impact in these people's lives?
So, long story short, my background is psychology. Like I mentioned, I went to school, got my degree in psychology, and then because it has such a stigma, like people were like, I don't want to go see a psychologist. I looked into life coaching. I was doing public speaking. You know, I was a pastor at the time, so I did a lot of.
Because at one point, right, when like we first was
Bring the
cool
mic a
and
little
all that,
closer.
I thought you were a pastor,
Yes.
but then Jordan kept switching like what you were doing. So it
Because he was
like,
doing so much.
Yeah,
I
it's like,
was.
oh yeah,
to
Jordan,
be
you're a
fair.
pastor. Like yeah, now my
Yeah.
dad's in Houston. He's there. I'm like, okay, what does he do exactly? Because I'm confused.
Is it
now.
legal?
Yeah, we're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So basically, yes, I was a pastor. At the same time, I was public speaking because a lot of doors began to open in more of the secular world, doing like trainings for social workers. Because at the time I was a trained social worker, so I became certified as a fatherhood initiative practitioner with the U.S. Health Department of Human Services. So it became a national thing. So that opened doors for me to kind of travel and do trainings for professional, staff, which I still do. So in that arena, you start meeting people from all walks and different places. And what happened with that is people started telling me, man, have you ever heard of life coaching? And at the time, it wasn't even big. I was like, nah. I mean, we're talking about the early 2000s. The only person I knew that was doing something like that was Tony Robbins, who is like the pillar of that. And I looked into it and I got trained and I became certified. And that opened a whole door where I was a pastor in Newark. You were little at the time.
Templo Calvario Betel.
Yeah, a Spanish speaking church in Newark, New Jersey. Shout out to Brick City.
You went to a Spanish-speaking church.
Yeah,
Still.
he was the only white person.
I
in
wasn't
our
really
church.
paying attention. I played the drums for them.
He
And then-
actually he
You
did
were
good.
involved.
Yeah, I was a PK, so
Still no.
nope.
No,
Yeah,
No,
a whole
nada.
PK. Still no.
No
Spanish.
hablo
None.
inglés.
nada.
Poquito, pero Mi
Dice
espa-
poquito, pero
mi es-
Español.
Mi español no es bueno.
no es
Yeah.
good.
Kind of my fault, but not really, because
A lot of his fault.
he has so many resources now with Google Translate and all that. But anyway, I digress.
Anyway.
He is not resourceful. at the time, pastoring in Newark, being new to the city, I'm all about networking, trying to see what the needs are of the community, to kind of be, more than just a church that meets on a Sunday and meet the needs of the community, the neighborhood. So building relationships at the time, Cory Booker became the mayor. So we were able to have a luncheon. I sat with Cory Booker and other people, and just to hear the heartbeat of the whole city. And that led to a breakfast that was up and coming with all the leaders of the area. And one of our youth leaders at the time, Darlene, she said, Pastor, you got to go to this breakfast. I hear there's going to be a lot of people where you can network and we can, share the vision of what we want to do. And I was like, man, I'm not into excuse my French, butt kissing. I figured, hey.
I'm going to have to bleep that out.
I figured, hey, if we're going to, I'm talking about being a pastor and you're going to bleep it. That's funny.
What did he say?
What did he say? Wait, rewind it. Wait, do we rewind? No. So she's like, she's like, you got to be there because there's going to be a lot of people where you have an opportunity to kind of share what we want to do, what our vision is, and how we. And you remember we did a block party.
Yeah, those were lit.
Yeah, we did a lot of fun stuff.
I did a flip.
We started an initiative with backpacks, giving underprivileged students backpacks,
which T.U.F.F. Studios will do at some point.
Eventually,
that'd be awesome.
We have community stuff in the works.
That'd be awesome.
We don't have all the details right now, but
we definitely want to.
That's cool.
It's in the works. Community service, community outreach. T.U.F.F. Studios is going to be out there, so be on the lookout for that.
Giving out tough backpacks.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
Actually, that'd be real dope.
That'd be tough.
That was our heart, and it still is. And so I'm glad that you're actually thinking that way too. And so networking was kind of like the connection. I was like, man, I don't really want to do this, but thankfully I did, because it totally changed the trajectory of what we were gonna do. Because at that breakfast, there were about 100 people, and the table that they sat me with, the table where they sat me at, was with the chaplain of the New York Yankees, who was doing an initiative of his own with a radio station. And so at the time, I didn't know who he was. I didn't even know how it worked. Like, what's a chaplain? How to do. So long story short, that led to us just really connecting with having a mutual vision of helping people. And specifically, it would be athletes. And he told me what he does. He says, man, I would love for you to come down to my camp, which I took you to, and a couple of young people at the church.
Somerset, right?
Yeah. We went down to Somerset, New Jersey. Mariano Rivera had been there, and other Yankees. And so, that's really how it actually started. It started with that connection, because then he, knowing that I was a life coach and I was a public speaker, connected me to other people that were involved, like Bernie Williams, who at the time was playing with the Yankees, Jorge Posada, George McGovern, who you now know, who works for Athletes in Action. Shout out to George.
Shout out George.
And so forth and so on, because they say that there's a 6 degree of separation. Like, we know at least 6 people that are connected to the same people. And it's true. At least I experienced that, because then one connection led to another connection. Next thing you know, I'm being invited to Dallas, Texas, for the Super Bowl pregame or pre-event of the Super Bowl, where David Tyree was going to be there, who I was a Giants fan. I didn't even know who he was. And because he was special.
Like, all right, cool.
Yeah. He was a special teams guy, really, at the time. And then 2 years later, he makes the catch. And it's like, that's my boy, right? So that's
my boy.
It's like, Dave, what? This is crazy. I was texting
I didn't
him.
know you played for the Giants.
I didn't know you actually caught the ball. Like, what? And it was just like awesome, like, to just be connected to all these guys, and just being a support to them. And literally, I went out there. They flew me to Dallas to literally be their guide in terms of like spirituality, pray with them before they went to the schools. Because every Super Bowl, every Kentucky Derby, every main event, NBA All-Star, NBA Finals, they target that city the week before the actual big event, and they go into all the inner city schools, and they spend that whole week prior to that big event, like on a Sunday or Saturday, just empowering the kids and telling them the importance of choice, the power of choice. And then they invite them to a Friday night party. It's like a club, and basically it's just music and fun. And then they get a couple of students that have been doing well in the school, and they get them to go to the Super Bowl. They get them to go to an NBA All-Star game.
Nice.
It's pretty cool, which otherwise they would never probably be able to do that. So just to be a part of that, I was excited about that, and we stayed in touch throughout the years. Then it connected me with the Knicks, and that's where I did chapel for the Knicks, and which I took you to chapel as well. And that's where I remember telling you, I'm like, yo, because you were playing 2K at the time.
Yeah.
So you knew the players.
That's when I knew the roster at the back of my hand. Like, oh, that's what's his name. Oh, I met Gordon Hayward.
That's that's right.
Gordon
Gordon Hayward with the
bowl cut.
with the funny with the bowl cut
before the beard.
Yeah,
No,
the
that
fuck
on
on the
Utah. What's it called? Gordon Hayward, Alec Burks,
Favors.
Favors was there, Landry Fields. Yeah, bro, I forgot.
Yeah, it was a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because for those that don't know, in the NBA, chapel service, which is like the spiritual kind of like connection, it's right before the game. And whoever's at home hosts, but the visiting team can join. So that's how you were able to meet the Utah
It's
players.
like right before the game?
Literally before tip-off. So it's like 7-8 minutes. So, I'm a preacher, so now I got to try to condense my sermon to like 7-8 minutes, because they'll leave, because they have to literally go out, Pledge of Allegiance. Some of them have interviews with like ESPN and stuff like that. So I learned to get a 3-point sermon in 7 minutes and just encourage them, motivate them. And I remember seeing this guy in the front. He was there before us.
I love this story, yo.
And he was the last one to leave. And I was like, yo, I don't know who this guy is. He looked mad young. And I don't think you knew who he was, right?
At all.
And you played the game, so you knew the roster,
He
like the
was
subs
one of
and all
those.
that.
He was one of those that he wasn't on the team before the game came out, so his design wasn't the most clear.
Yeah.
They just like, okay, this looks like him. Let's put him out there.
Because he was part of the roster,
Right,
so
right,
they had
right.
to include him.
Like, close enough.
Yeah.
I had no idea who this guy was, but he was just sitting there, like literally meditating and just getting into the zone. And I shared what I had to share. Everything was done. He was still left, and then he came up to me and he was like, "Yo, that was a really good word." And very nice guy. And I was like, man, who is this guy? And I didn't even know how to Google him, because I'm like, yo, how do I Google somebody I don't even know? And next thing you know, it was Jeremy Lin. Linsanity kind of blew up. And
That
I'm like,
weekend.
oh, my goodness.
It was you. Oh, that's wild.
Just to
It was
clarify, I got no compensation whatsoever.
He was sitting in the back like, it's my time. It's my time.
I thought I was gonna get like a tithe or something, but anyway, no. Mad love for Jalen. I love that brother.
That's crazy.
He's a cool dude. Yeah, that's literally
That's
how it
crazy.
happened. I was like, never even heard of him, and now the world knows who he is.
Yeah.
And against Kobe at that,
Yeah,
which is crazy, man. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. I mean,
bye, fisherman.
crazy.
Hello again, fisherman.
So Jeremy
Oh,
Lin, man,
man.
he's been working hard for years. Literally, nobody knew who he was, and next thing you know, he kind of took over for a while. Linsanity was.
You're supposed to flex that. My dad started Linsanity.
It's a humble flex.
Yeah.
A humble flex.
My dad
This one
started
of these.
Linsanity.
Yeah.
You know,
Humble
yeah,
flex.
just wanna- yeah.
Yeah, Landry Fields. We sat down a few times to have some premarital counseling. He got married during his Nick years. That was fun. Landry's a cool guy, man. One of
Mhm.
those guys that you could just hang out with. So yeah, there's some relationships that I still have there. Obviously, Allen Houston, who in my second book wrote what they call like a testimonial
Mm-hmm.
of why you should read the book. So appreciate that, H2O. He's like a brother. We share a lot together, and yeah, so he's led me to meet the commissioner and other players that are up and coming, that sometimes, because I don't really follow the game as much as I used to, I don't even know their names sometimes, and next thing you know, they're on,
Yeah.
MSG.
And then you see them everywhere.
It's like, what? Yeah, I know that
Yeah,
guy.
I know that guy.
Yeah. So that's kind of been my road to that connection to the NBA and also to the Giants. Victor Cruz, obviously being from Patterson, and
Mm-hmm.
I was able to actually, long story but very short. I used to work at the courthouse
Yeah.
here in Patterson, the county courthouse, and his mom was my coworker,
Mm.
Blanca. So shout out to
My
Blanca.
mom used to work at the courthouse.
Yeah.
For real?
Long time ago.
Wow. So I worked there for 15 years in the 90s and the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I was there. So
I think that's about
hey,
You probably know her.
Never know.
What's her name?
Arlene Bradshaw.
Oof. That sounds familiar. So we got to talk department and all that stuff, because definitely I was there, and Victor Cruz's mom was there, and it's like, this is your boy? What? Never knew, because obviously back then he was a kid. So
Right.
to see him excel and succeed and be a champion, that was also cool. So yeah. Was able to
Victor
take a picture
Cruz?
with him and all that.
Yeah.
Fun
Yeah.
stuff.
He went to the
Patterson Catholic.
As in Catholic, yeah.
yeah, he went to the summer camp that I used to work at.
Oh yeah.
He used to go there. Yeah.
That's what's
That's
up.
like a while back.
The summer camp that he used to work at was New City Kids Now.
Yeah, the ones.
Oh,
they
okay.
placed
Yeah.
us. Oh my god. Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's dope. That's dope.
Oh, because that's the school he went to.
21.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Okay.
He
Campbell
still
right
comes
across the
back.
street.
He still comes back and visit and goes to the Boys and Girls Club.
Got you.
Didn't he put like a pool in there or something?
Yep. He's got a heart for that.
That's dope. That's dope. So, to go back into what you mentioned before, mental health, that is like your passion now,
That's
right?
yes, sir.
That's something that you dive into every day. You are a
And we're not just talking about you. We're
no.
talking about-
You are a what's it called? Yeah, counselor, and
That
you
took you a while.
yeah, cause I'm thinking
That's
I'm,
counselor with a K.
I'm thinking I'm trying for whatever reason
I'm a clinical therapist.
therapist.
Is that what
That's the
you're
word.
trying to? Okay.
Therapist.
He said,
Yes.
It's not.
It was
I
like, bro,
can't-
it
I
was
can't-
there, but I couldn't. Yeah, therapist. So
Yes,
you are a
we do
clinical
therapy.
therapist. You
Yes.
are a certified brain health coach.
Shout out to Dr. Daniel Amen. Yes, Amen University, who has the most
Dr. D.
brain scans in the history of the world. He did all the brain scans for the NFL when they started doing concussion protocol.
Scanning it up.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Trying to find a
Shout out
cure.
Dr. D.
Dr. D.
Facts. So real quick, how important is understanding having a healthy brain?
Man, healthy brain. So the brain and the mind are separate, but they're inseparable. So your brain
A word.
your brain can only respond to what you tell it to do,
Mm-hmm.
which is in your thoughts. So your thought patterns affect your brain, and then your brain in turn affects your thought pattern.
All right.
So it goes hand in hand, even though they're separate. So yeah, having a healthy brain leads to mental health. That's actually where it starts.
Mm.
Because if you're not healthy with your mindset, it affects your brain. You start developing things like dementia and Alzheimer's and things like that. And it's actually, so there's been a discovery of late that dementia can already be seen in a brain scan 30 years before it actually comes out as a diagnosis.
Damn.
So if you get diagnosed with dementia or even Alzheimer's when you're 65, let's say, you could already have the signs in your 30s without knowing it.
Mm.
So yeah, we promote healthy brain because that's how you know that something is off, that something needs help, and it all starts with your thought process, man. Like the more negative you think, the more that brain is pressured to respond to that negativity. And that's where, all the distorted thoughts come in, and you start feeling depressed, you start feeling anxious, and that's real. Like, all this stuff is real. It's not, because I know people hear it all the time. They're like, man, my aunt says she's anxious all the time. No, it's real. It's just that some people, because they don't know how to manage it, or they don't have healthy ways of managing it, it comes across as if it's not, a big deal, but it paralyzes people.
Mm.
Like there's people that won't leave their house because of the anxiety that they have.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that won't go to certain places because they feel so overwhelmed with anxiety, cross bridges and things like that. So yeah, it's a real thing, and the brain is telling you how affected it is. When you scan it, you see little holes in it in certain areas, and then it starts affecting your cognition, which is how you recognize stuff. And that's why in athletes it's important for especially NFL players, contact boxers,
Yeah.
to get scanned frequently to see the damage that's potentially been done.
Mm-hmm.
So
And that comes from, like, you can get things like dementia and Alzheimer's and different. Would you consider those illnesses or diseases?
Yep.
Illnesses.
Mm-hmm.
Illnesses of that manner from negative thinking.
Oh
right?
yeah, totally.
It's not just something that's like boom, like, oh yeah, by the way, you have.
Wait, so you're saying you can get it from just thinking negative? Too
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So there's three ways: genetics. So you have a predisposition to go down that route. You can also, it could be what we call a TBI, a traumatic brain injury. So accident, you fall or something like that. Football, yeah. A lot of contact, and also, negative thinking. Literally, because the way the brain works is that every thought that you have, even though thoughts you can't see them, right? They're in the spirit realm. They truly are. You can't grab them and put them in the drawer or whatever. They actually create real estate in your brain. So if they're positive, then the real estate that they occupy in your brain is called they're called dendrites. So they're like long tree branches, like picture broccoli all over inside your brain. And the end of those, like the broccoli bush, those are positive thoughts that stay there. They're stored. If they're negative, they start to eat away those positive thoughts.
Wow.
And that's how it becomes, like holes, and it digs deeper. So yeah, that's scientifically proven.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened is that there was a transition in the late 80s, early 90s, because prior to that time, neuroscientists believed that the brain was the way it was, and that was it. Nothing could be changed.
Mm-hmm.
But scientists were able to figure out that the brain can change.
I was actually gonna ask you that too. So a lot of people think that it's like, like, oh well, I'm this way because my brain is set up this way. That's it. I have to deal with this. Nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, that's the way I am.
Obviously, yeah, scientists have
Yeah.
proven that that's not true. So what are some ways that people can latch on to work on reprogramming their brain to be in a better state?
Oh man, well, that's a loaded question because there's so many ways. But just to keep it simple, it starts with, number one, accepting that there's an issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
And number two, submitting to a process that's going to help you, cure that. And a lot of ways that you can do that is, healthy eating. You got to know what you're putting in your body, because your body is going to respond to whatever you're putting inside of it. So a lot of sugar affects what we call brain fog that comes from a lot of sugar in your system, because you're making your pancreas produce more insulin than it has to. And so it wears out, and your pancreas is not big. So it puts pressure on other organs to function, your kidneys. That's why a lot of minorities, we suffer from kidney diseases. I mean, that's the fact.
Yeah.
Whether it's starting with kidney stones when we're young, but then we have chronic kidney disease that leads to dialysis, and then we need a transplant.
Right.
And it's all because of the way we're feeding our body so much, specifically sugar, diabetes, things of that nature, that it crushes it. Your kidneys take a blow because your pancreas is like, yo, I can't deal with I can't deal with all this stuff that you're putting inside of me. So then you have other issues like your liver, which is your biggest organ inside your abdomen. It filters every toxin that you put in it. So if you're drinking a lot of alcohol, you're drinking a lot of carbonated drinks, that puts a hit on it. So all of that affects how you think, the amount of time you rest, the sleep. It affects everything you do, which in turn affects your brain. So now your brain has to secrete certain chemicals to keep up, and your brain can only do so much. And so then your brain starts to say, listen, man, I sent you enough serotonin for the day. I sent you enough dopamine. Like, let me just say this disclaimer real quick, bro. your brain has the power to secrete so many hormones, which in turn are like drugs, that you don't need other you don't need to get illicit drugs because they're all in your body. Your brain can produce it. I'm telling you.
Lies.
If you go for it, it's because you lack it. It doesn't mean that you can't produce it. It's just that there's something that's lacking that
People
it's
go for it to add
that kick.
that kick. Yeah,
Absolutely.
extra.
Absolutely.
Which is something that, like you said, that they not necessarily don't have. It's just it's not being it's not active.
Yeah, so we have neurotransmitters, and what happens is that they're receptors. So think about, like, you're bored, you have buttons. So if you don't do certain things, exercise, eat well, sleep well, think right, you don't do those simple things, those receptors get clogged.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever neurotransmitter you're supposed to be feeling, flowing, we have oxycodone in our body. We have adrenaline. We have serotonin. We have dopamine. Dopamine is the happy, pleasure secretion. We have all that.
Right.
So a normal human being can function and experience all of those feel-good, drugs that we produce if we have a healthy, life. Now, obviously, it's ideal. We're talking about an ideal state. It's not.
Right.
But it's not unrealistic either, because we deal with a lot of stress. We deal with a lot of environmental issues. We deal with a lot of, just day-to-day stuff that, we have to manage. And so it's not a matter of that we don't have it. It's just that we have to find better ways to manage, life as a whole. So,
Right.
Speaking of drugs, they're trying to legalize.
I voted yes for that.
yeah,
by the way.
we voted yes for that. We believe in freedom.
Because there's a positive
Yes.
outcome to that.
Facts, right?
It just makes
It
sense.
allows people to do more,
Yeah.
creates more jobs.
People
I don't know the whole tax thing with it, but yeah.
people
I think it works.
people just gotta loosen up a little bit and understand the bigger picture. That's all it is.
I'll say, as a preacher, God created it. Number one, I think if it's used in its proper manner, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. And it's psychologically, speaking of the brain, there's something about legalizing something that takes off the pressure of people trying to
Yeah.
do it. Trying
It's
to hide.
it's not a huge secret anymore.
Right,
Yeah.
It's not like,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
Now it's just like, hey, bro,
Oh, you guys are open?
Yeah,
Cool.
cool, yeah.
Yeah.
actually, in Colorado, when it was legalized, the usage went down when it became legalized,
That's crazy.
which is weird.
People probably got turned off by it.
They did. Oh man,
It's like,
it's legal now.
it's like when your
Everybody's
parents,
gonna do it.
it's like
now.
when your parents like something, like, well, now I don't like it.
They start
So
listening
true.
to rap. Like, okay, I'm listening to country
It's like,
now.
ew.
It's terrible.
That's the way we work, man. It's funny.
No, but yeah, it just makes sense. In my opinion, it just makes sense. But so where can people find you? What do you have coming out? What do you have that's
my
out?
address? What you talking about?
Your address is my address, dude. We don't do that problem. No, but yeah, where can people find you? Where can people contact you? What's coming out? What is out? And yeah, we're gonna obviously link all that in the description, all that. But go
Right.
ahead, the floor is yours, sir.
So my website is JuanGarciaEnterprises.com. That is JuanGarciaEnterprises.com, where we specialize in public speaking, counseling, and
Public speaking.
what else? I don't know, something
What
else. And se habla español.
Uh-huh.
We also have a podcast. It's called Mind Yours, which is on every platform that you either listen to, or if you watch, you prefer watching, we're on YouTube, and the link will be somewhere around here, right?
Yeah.
And I've written 2 books.
Yes, sir.
The men's struggle cycle. I do a play in words with menstrual cycle and men's struggle
got it.
cycle, and it's pretty cool. I've had
it's lit.
had good feedback on it.
It's something I did.
And then the most recent project is my second book. It's called I Said to Myself, False Beliefs That Won't Let Me Breathe. And it's basically my last journey, the last couple of years, on truly identifying things that I thought were true about how I thought about myself.
Mhm.
So, for example, I'm not good enough, or I'll never be able to do this right. And I kind of counter it with truth, that I am able, that God has given me the skills. And so it's pretty cool. It's out on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, every platform, paperback. It's on, what's the other format? Kindle, Nook, all that good stuff. So if you like to hold a book, you can order it. If you like to swipe, then you can do that too.
We got to get some listening in there too. Do like an audiobook thing.
We got to do. Maybe we can use your voice. You have.
Let me do it.
Audio. We can use Arnell's voice. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
I love it.
Chapter 1.
Yo, chapter 1's lit.
Chapter 1 is lit. So yo, in this chapter.
Oh, y'all gonna like this one right here. Hold on, listen to this. You got anything to say? Any closing words?
Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for
filling the void that we were unexpectedly.
Man, what void? What void?
There's
What
other
void?
people here?
I'm not hurt.
Yeah, we're the other people.
Man,
This is just the regular.
we're a two-headed monster.
But thank you for thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
Well,
Thank you
coming
for having me.
downstairs.
Facts.
Thank you for
Thank you for
coming
taking
downstairs.
time out of your day upstairs to join us down here. Thank you for letting us use your house.
For the past couple months,
All
rent
that.
free. It's been a big help.
This is awesome.
But yeah, thank you.
Tough Talks is where it's at.
Duh.
If you haven't subscribed, shame on you.
Shame on you.
Kind of a bum if you haven't subscribed, but
Facts.
it is what it is. No, but
Did we actually have a Tough Talk today?
Kinda.
Nah.
Kinda.
In a way.
It's okay. I would
Talking about
consider-
LeBron is always a tough talk.
Yeah, that's always hard on me.
Yeah.
But
Tough.
but no, I think the tough talk is understanding that there's more to it than just being an illness. Well, understanding the importance of keeping your brain healthy and the fact that there's something that you can do about it. That is something that people do
Word.
need to hear.
Definitely.
Because people are getting too comfortable making the excuse that they have an illness.
Yes.
When they're more, it's more to them than just that.
Don't
And
be
then-
afraid of it.
Yeah.
Don't
Absolutely.
be afraid of
There's
mental
more you
health.
can do. There's more that you can accomplish than you think. You just have to want it.
And don't be discouraged by the stigmas.
Right.
Yeah, man. I mean, it takes boldness and courage to actually admit that you need help.
Right.
So
Right.
I do have an office in Hawthorne, New Jersey. So if you ever need somebody to talk to, a session.
Speaking of Hawthorne, do you smell like ass? Do you want to stop? Do you want to stop smelling like ass?
That's funny.
Hawthorne.com/tough.
We're gonna
The
get
prom-
there. We're gonna get
Hey,
a
listen,
sponsor. It's
The
coming.
promotion don't work, but go to there. And Hawthorne, if you're watching this, let's set it up.
Yeah, the
because
code doesn't work yet. But
The code don't
it's
work,
coming.
but you can still go because some of y'all might be musty. So
Yeah.
check them out. But yeah, man, thank you for having us. As my father, thank you for supporting me and
Yes, sir.
I'm so
being
glad
able
he
to-
had us on the show.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm so glad he had us.
yeah, yeah.
I'm so
But
glad we didn't have him.
I guess
Right.
I'm on the throne here.
But
You're on
no,
my show.
you've been a big help. You've been able to put me in places where I've been able to succeed and learn a lot about myself and be able to make certain moves I need to make and just understand a lot about myself and where I'm able to make certain decisions where I feel like I could be comfortable in making them, be comfortable in the man that I am and the decisions that I make. And yeah, I just appreciate you. I love you, dude. And
Love you too, dude.
thank you for coming down.
Yes, sir.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
just remember, you guys are too unique for failure. Keep that tough mindset. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell for Tough Talk Tuesdays. And share with your friends. Because if you don't like it, they might.
They might.
All right? Stay
Yeah.
tough.
Stay tough.